Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to introduce you to the latest addition to my studio. I'm going to unbox it, set it up and explain to you why I got it. It's these guys, the Genelec 8040B studio monitor speakers. So, as a photographer, my specialty is on working with people and photographic related technology. But as I'm getting more and more into video and releasing more downloadable video series and doing more video work, being able to do it at a higher level is important to me, and something I've always struggled with is my audio. And I've found at times I've put videos up and I get feedback from viewers that are either audiophiles or using high quality headphones or great quality speakers at home, that they're noticing problems in the mix that I wasn't able to. So I started doing my research to get much higher quality speakers. Now, in the same way that I recommend people do this when you're going to buy your cameras or tripods or whatever other equipment, I actually went out there and tested them out, took some audiophiles along, listened to different speakers, spoke to people who worked as audio engineers, worked as editors, and then spoke to people who were in the industry to get some advice. After lots of different research, I came to decide on Genelec-s. They have just the best reputation for being absolutely primo sound, and it's like having a calibrated monitor to my mind. You want to hear what's accurately in the file, not a really cool, punchy, deep bass, accentuated version like having your JPEG set to vivid rather than shooting raw. You want monitor speakers that are going to show you exactly what's in the file. So when I'm doing detailed editing now, I'll edit using these guys, and then when I'm finished, I'll listen to it back on these ones, as well as on headphones, as well as on cheaper speakers, just to make sure it's sounding good on all of them at the different way that people may be listening to it at home. So first of all, let's open up the box and take a look around them. So not something you see every day. These guys are actually made in Finland, and I don't know if this is a sign of everything that comes from there, but the build quality seems amazing. Let's get this second speaker out. So before you grab this guy, it's worth noting this weighs 8.6 kilograms per monitor. They're really heavy duty construction, and it shows. The enclosures for the speakers are actually made from die-cast aluminium, which would explain why they're so hefty, and they feel like if you drop them, they'll probably crack the concrete. Taking a look at the back of them, you can see there's a whole range of different adjustments you have there, including your bass and treble tilt, and lots of micro adjustments as well. Looking from the bottom up, you can see the power adapter there. It's a 3-prong one like you often find on computer towers. And then the adjustable foot, which lets you move the angle of the speaker. It's a solid rubber construction and seems to hold the weight really well. It's important to note that these guys connect via XLR cable, not your standard 35mm like you'd find on speakers. So to connect it to my computer, I actually hook it up via this USB Allen & Heath deck. It's a really simple one. It's just USB out into the computer in the background there, which then I'm able to tell the computer to use that rather than the built-in speakers or headphones. Then plugging an XLR cable into the output of my deck and then into the monitor. It's as simple as that. Of course, you have that whole world of adjustments you can make there to fine-tune the sound to get it just right for your space and taste. In the same way, you can't expect an entry-level DSLR to compete with a full frame or a full frame with a medium format in terms of its dynamic range and its color accuracy. You can't expect entry-level speakers to compete with these kind of professional-grade studio monitors. Now, these ones come in at just over $1,300 each, and you really will be looking at two, so it's a serious investment. But if you're serious about it, in the same way if you're serious about your photography, it's worth making the investment. So these speakers have a 6.5-inch woofer and just a 3/4-inch tweeter, and they're both 90 watts powered. As I mentioned, these are monitors, so they're not like your usual speaker. They don't have a volume adjustment on them. They do require power, and these are XLR input like I showed you. So running it through that deck is really important, but it's not difficult. On any of your systems, you can get a USB out to go to a simple deck and then use it, via those setups. As I said, the reason I got these ones, it's you can look at all of the technical graphs and that kind of thing, and I'll pop a link in the caption below to the guys who helped me choose these specific ones based on the size and dimensions of my room, for those of you who know about all of those charts. But hearing is believing. So going and actually listening to different speakers, you can really notice the difference. So listening to something on these as compared to, you know, a pair of high-end computer speakers or your built-in computer speaker or a pair of headphones, you can just hear so much more information from the files. You can hear, you know, the crispness. You can hear if there's different sounds over the top of each other. You can hear everything nice and clearly. And you can also hear the crackles and wind noises and distortion in the background just so much better. So for me so far, it's made a huge difference. I am finding the editing process smoother and that I'm picking up things that I otherwise would have missed. You know, I'm still a work in progress, learning and trying to work to improve my audio. So after a few months when I've been using them in more detail, I'll come back and do a full review on them. This one's more just about, you know, showing you how to set them up, what they are, and what's the benefit of using high quality speakers if you're going to get into video. Leave me any questions or comments. Thank you to everyone who helped me on this journey. It was a lot of the people in the community actually who reached out who are audio engineers who helped me along. So thank you for that. Leave me any questions or comments. I'll see you soon.